Born on May 10, 1938, right here in McMinnville, Perry Stubberfield took an interest in sports at a young age. He began competing on the football, basketball, and baseball fields at the elementary level, standing out in each sport. Going into his first season of varsity football, head coach Don Mabey moved Perry from the position that he had always played, tight end, to quarterback. Perry's versatility became obvious as he quickly made the transition and became the Bears' starting quarterback as a sophomore. The Grizzlies had a good season, winning 5, losing 2, and tying 1. They beat the eventual league champion Oregon City in a 20-0 blowout and scored a total of 153 points that season while only giving up 50. Perry got a little bit of playing time on the varsity basketball team, but was a starting forward on the junior varsity team, which took first place in league standings. When spring came, he competed on the varsity baseball team as the first baseman, in addition to being the team's manager. As junior class president, Perry led the football team to a 5-3 record, which was good for second place in league. Unfortunately for Perry, at the end of the season he severely injured his back, resulting in a spinal fusion and holding him out of sports for most of the rest of the year. Stubberfield wouldn't let it stop him as he played through the pain, seeing some minutes on the basketball and baseball teams. He helped the basketball team go 14-3, only one win away from the state playoffs. After a summer of healing, Perry came into his senior year rejuvenated and healthy. He led the football team to a perfect 7-0 league record, winning the league title for the first time in 10 years. The Bears came up short against Gresham by 1 point in the state playoffs in a game played in almost 4 inches of snow. For his great season as the league's Offensive Player of the Year, Stubberfield was awarded with All-League First Team and All-State Honorable Mention selections. That winter, he was a starting forward on the basketball team, helping the Grizzlies win their final 7 games of the regular season to achieve an 11-3 league record. This was good for a second-place finish and a berth into the state tournament for the first time in 4 years. As the starting first baseman, Perry led both the team and league in batting percentage and the Bears to the league championship in baseball. He was selected onto the All-League and All-State First Team, while being voted Most Athletic Male by MHS. Though the Grizzlies did not win any state titles, Perry ended a fantastic year in high school career with 2 league championships and 3 state playoff appearances. Upon graduating from Mac High in 1956, Stubberfield participated on the American Legion baseball team, where he was selected to the All-Regional First Team. Also that summer, the University of Oregon recruited Perry for football and baseball due to his versatility and athleticism in every sport. Head Oregon football coach Len Casanova and he decided it would be best for Perry to attend Monterey Peninsula College in Monterey, California, a sister school of theirs, as a freshman because of the extra playing time he would get running Oregon's offensive and defensive playbook. Perry won the starting quarterback spot as only a freshman. However, after only a few games, he seriously injured his back once again. After a second spinal fusion operation, doctors decided that Perry's days of playing football were unfortunately over. He quickly returned to McMinnville and attended Linfield College as a sophomore in order to achieve an education degree. Perry lived for athletics and didn't want his sports career to end, so he tried out for and made the Linfield JV baseball team. But his mobility just wasn't the same, so he decided to take the doctor's advice. From then on, he focused his knowledge and love for sports in a new direction by coaching Babe Ruth baseball in McMinnville while earning his master's degree from Linfield. After his graduation in 1962, Stubberfield took on another coaching position with the American Legion baseball team while teaching and coaching 3 sports at McMinnville Junior High School. In the fall of 1967, Perry moved over to MHS, where he began teaching communications while coaching football and baseball at the varsity level. In football, he started as assistant under his coach and mentor Don Mabey. Perry learned a lot from Don, and he quickly became a great asset to the players and coaches as a lead assistant for almost 2 decades. After the retirement of head baseball coach Loyal Scooter Rich in 1968, Perry was the obvious shoo-in as his worthy replacement, and it didn't take long for Stubberfield to achieve great success. He was the back-to-back winner of the league's Coach of the Year award in 1970 and 71. Perry would go on to win that award 4 more times in his career, as well as be nominated for the state Coach of the Year award a total of 7 times while being runner-up for the award 3 times. He was selected as the All-State team's head coach twice, both times his team sweeping the opposition. His teams captured 6 league championships and 5 second-place finishes in 14 seasons. He took 6 teams to the state playoffs, 2 of which were 1 win away from the finals, and 3 other teams only missed a playoff berth by 1 game. In 1980, Perry was awarded State's Coach of the Year award as well as the National High School Baseball Coach of the Year award for taking a team with little expectation, 1 win from the state playoffs. Perry built such a strong, tightly knit baseball team year after year by doing chemistry building exercises like taking them on trips every summer so they could compete against other top schools while seeing the country together.
Perry was without question one of the very best baseball coaches the state of Oregon's ever had. He's in the High School Baseball Coaches Hall of Fame. He won an incredible number of games. He won 6 or 7 league championships. We were in the semifinals twice, came within one pitch of being in the state finals one year. He was an assistant football coach during that time and had an awful lot to do with the football team's success. Perry, I think, is thought by everyone as one of the very top baseball coaches the state's ever had.
He was demanding and very disciplined and fair also, I think, and fun. He made the game fun for kids, and at the same time expected them to work hard every day and play hard, and I thought he taught the game really, really well, and it was very creative in the sport too, I think, and tried to do different things and adapted well to his personnel, to the kids he had every year, and just knew the game really well.
He used to send people around in a car with a megaphone promoting the Legion games that night. He was also one of the first people that ended up making spring trips in the spring. So every spring we would go down to like Ashland and we would play Medford and Grants Pass and Roseburg, and how many people get to play in all those stadiums in a high school career. And then in the summer we would have Legion trips, and we would go to Pendleton and Lewiston, Idaho, and Yakima and Missoula, Montana, and when we went on these trips, we played the best teams. I could go down countless names that went on to Division I full rides in baseball.
In 1982, after compiling a record of 268 wins to only 149 losses, it was Perry's final year of baseball, but it was his first as the head football coach. Once again, Perry had big shoes to fill with the retirement of Don Mabee. He did well, keeping the Grizzlies competitive in a tough league and only missing the state playoffs by one game in 1983.
He was detailed, so very detailed, that he didn't want us as players to miss anything. That if a situation came up, we were there to know what to do with it. And I remember that tremendous. And then when I coached with him in football, the same thing. I mean, the offense he ran was a lot different than the offense that was ran before him. And he took over for Don Mabee, the legend, and it was just more open, more diversified, just a lot of different things going on. And I think he was just in that aspect, very, very creative. So he had a sense for detail, but he also had a sense for creativity. And I think both those lead to making some fun. And if you're detailed, you're going to be successful. That's always kind of fun. And if you're going to be kind of creative, players like that, and coaches kind of like that creativeness and difference in there that takes place. And so I think both those things were, very important. The detail that he had and the creativeness that he had in football, and then definitely detailed work in baseball.
Later that year, Perry's leadership was instrumental in the decision for Hollywood filmmakers to film the popular TV movie Quarterback Princess at McMinnville High School. The film starred future Academy Award winners Helen Hunt and Tim Robbins, but there were plenty of roles for the players, teachers, and yes, even Perry. It's remembered by many as a fun, unique, and extremely enjoyable experience that has never been duplicated since. In 1986, Perry ended his coaching career at MHS and began another as the pitching coach for Linfield Baseball, while also broadcasting Linfield's football games for TCI Cablevision. He would spend 5 seasons with Linfield as a coach and scout, which allowed him to coach future World Series MVP Scott Brocious as the team won 2 district championships. As new athletic director of MHS in 1989, Perry focused his love for sports in yet another way on an administrative level. He quickly flourished in his new role, literally doubling student participation in athletics across the board. The tennis teams went from 30 total boys and girls to 50. Cross country went from 18 total kids to 73. And every other athletic program saw a significant increase, all of which by over 150%. In 1994, he was recognized for his incredible work when he was given the league's Athletic Director of the Year award and was later runner-up at the state level.
I think it's pretty neat. Perry got to do what I think lots of us think about when you first go into teaching. He spent his entire teaching and coaching career in the McMinnville School District. Perry's given an awful lot of his life to McMinnville, the city of McMinnville, and in particular McMinnville School District. I think Perry's strength as a coach is also his strength as a person, a teacher, and a community member. He's a person that people like to be around. He's fun to be around. He makes whatever he's doing enjoyable. He's somebody that's loyal to the people who have been with him. The people who are Perry's friends now were Perry's friends 30 years ago. And he's just been a person that's been real good for the community of McMinnville, and the kind of person that every community would feel very, very fortunate to have in their community.
Later that summer, after 33 years of teaching, coaching, administrating, being the activities director, and acting as the president, vice president, or chairperson on countless committees for McMinnville School District, Perry Stubberfield finally retired. He had been shaping the minds and lives of the young for generations to come in multiple ways. From his playing days to teaching and coaching alongside those who shaped him, from long journeys that built unity, won championships and awards, to growing athletics as a whole in every sport. Never has a person completely dedicated their entire life to the city of McMinnville in as many ways as Perry Stubberfield has. Though his legacy speaks for itself, perhaps his greatest accomplishments are in the hearts and minds of all the lives he has touched.